See, my webcam is kind of like frozen there.
Oh, is it? Oh, no, I see it on the screen, it's frozen, but on the Discord I can see that you're still going.
Yeah, on Discord I'm still going, but I don't think Never mind. I'll turn that off on. I'll just do the spectralizer. I like the spectralizer, man.
Oh, reacting to all the sound waves?
Yeah, I downloaded it off of a plugin on the OBS website, and it's pretty nifty. I like it. You can change its colors, but yeah, I don't think the webcam works on two different applications. So
Fair
if
enough.
like if I'm streaming the thing with you here, the only thing that I guess the spectralizer will work all right.
I mean, like, you don't need to see me. I'm just the ghost in the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
Holding my water bottle,
But
watching.
but it's the thing I noticed when we were doing that episode last week was that it's easier to like have this byplay when I'm looking at you and you're looking at me.
Yeah.
It's like it works. Like I felt like the last recording that we did was one of our best in like a year because
It's because we can actually see each other.
yeah, and we can like react accordingly and not just like kind of like
So you can see my 50 eyes, and like if you and John have your moment, I just go, hi. Here's literally my hand up. I'm not telling you that it's there.
Well, yeah, but like you know what I also noticed was that what's it called? There was when I was looking at the little visualizer for the audio on our Audacity, I was noticing that there was like a whole lot less pauses, breaks in our voices and audio.
Well, it's only because we can actually see the stop.
Yeah, we could see each other and react to like, oh, there's dead space here. Nope, not anymore because I can actually see when you're finished with your damn sentence.
Yeah. Or we're not like talking over each other. Sometimes that happens too.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah. So it's got its good. So was this PlayStation 2, right?
Yeah,
it's an oldie.
It's okay. Quite an oldie, but it was like one of my favorites in the entire library that I have because like it's like this is honestly the first mech game that I ever played. And like my buddy had played Armored Core a lot, and it was like I don't know, like I don't know, I guess I was too young to play that when it was out, but this was way up my alley because it was like this super like cartoonish and cool, and I was just in love with it.
So technically the first mech game I ever played was on the Game Boy Color. It's technically one of those like Game Boy games that you get like two colors on a Game Boy Color because that's all that's coded in the game, right?
Yeah.
It's called Battle Unit Zeoth, I believe it is, and it's an old Japanese title, but that was it. And it's very much like it's very much a side scroller, straight through. Kind of reminds you of Galaga.
Galaga, oh my god.
Hey, I played the heck out of Galaga.
Hey, I ain't dissing. I played the shiza out of Galaga too because, like, you know what? That's all it took to get your attention way back in the day.
Well, okay, so this was actually Galaga was the first game where I actually shocked my father.
Really?
In that I'm like maybe 6 years old playing like the NES, right? Something like that. I'm like stupid young. And like my dad looks at me and I guess I had been playing it for so long, I'm not paying attention to levels, right? and like... I played it so long that all those little ticks on the bottom where like that like signifying the levels, it turned into shields. So like they stopped being ticks and like medallions and all that kind of stuff, and they became full on shields, which I guess I'd have to look up now what they represent. But basically it meant I smashed his high score by like triple, okay? And he just looks at me, like he walks by and then kind of does like, you know, that cartoonish like 2 steps back thing where he's staring at the screen, and he's just like, "So what are you doing?" And I didn't realize like what he's doing. I'm just like, "I'm playing the game." Like, hello. And he's just like, "No, no, no, no. How did you get that?" And he walks up to the TV, which is like one of these big like tube TVs from way back in the day, and he's like putting his finger on the shield, and he's just like, "Where did you get that?" And I'm just like, "I don't know. I'm playing the game and I'm shooting aliens." He's like, "No, no, 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 no. How did you get that? I've had this game for like, you know, since whenever he bought it in the 80s, probably, right?"
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
just like, how did you get that?" And then he was just like very clear, so you have to show me how you got that. And I was like, "Dude, I'm 6. I have no idea." Like, I'm just staring at him like, I don't have the answers for you, bud.
It's like, yo, I call hacks, bro. That was literally your dad's reaction.
Pretty much. I was just like, "No, man, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I'm playing this game, and this is what I got."
Wow. Wow. It was like that's the thing though. It's like when you're a kid, you have all this time, and if you leave your kid to do whatever on a game like Galaga, they're gonna take it and run, man. They're gonna climb mountains with that. I swear.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, you know, you will get used to the technology that you grow up with,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So, you know, that's why sometimes there's a little bit of a learning curve for older generations on newer technology, because if you don't keep up with it, right?
Yeah.
But like, if it amazes me sometimes because I see kids that I mean are like 3, can like navigate a phone, which is slightly scary to me, but that's another topic for another time. But like, yeah, you hand a 6-year-old an NES controller, eventually they will smash your game record. I think that's the moral of this story.
Yeah, no. I was I was replaying a bunch of my old Zelda games that I used to play as a kid,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I was like, huh, how did I used to beat this damn game in like a day? Because I was
So
like
like,
playing through it, and I was like, yo, I remember because my old file was saved on there, and it's like it has all the items, all the heart pieces. Uh,
mm,
it had that new menu music and everything like that. I started a new game. I'm like, I'm not doing all of this in a day.
it's like every second of your time was like, I'm in grid E5. I need to grab this thing, and you're already planning 10 moves ahead.
Yeah.
Though I will say with Zelda, I did commit the ultimate faux pas, which I believe I was playing Link's Awakening. I think that's what I was playing. Basically, when it had one of the first iterations of like a new game plus-ish thing, whereas you play through the whole game,
Right.
and then there's like that secret sequence where you can replay everything. You get like the white tunic instead of the green one. You know, yeah, I'm sure some people know what I'm talking about here. And my dad was so into Zelda that he did it. Actually, I think my mom had a save file on this too, but both of them had done this like basically to fill up all the saved files, so 3 times between the two of them. And then, of course, I was like, "Ooh, this cartridge is gold. I would like to play this game." And so, you know, I was like, "Dad, can I play this game?" And he goes, "Yes, you can play this game." And then, of course, there's 3 files, right? And I was like, "Well, which one can I play?" And he goes, "Anyone. It doesn't matter." And I don't. This is where my memory gets a bit fuzzy because I was pretty young. I don't know if I intentionally did it or if I accidentally did it, but I ended up erasing all 3 save spots.
Oh no!
So again, this is where my memory gets fuzzy. I can't remember whether or not like I was just confused and not sure how to create a new game, or like
Well,
if I was like, "Oh, I can do all these," I can't remember. But I just but I just remember the look of horror on both of my parents' faces when they realized that I basically factory reset the cartridge.
That's. Well, you can hardly be blamed though. But like, damn, dude, that would break my heart as a kid.
I know. Like, as an adult, I fully understand their despair. And I also understand their reaction to, I should be mad at you, but I can't be mad at you. But, like, you know, this little tug in the heart.
Cause
But,
like,
you know.
like, dude, oh, damn, I can't. We're gonna ignore that mission failed because I had no idea where I was going. I know the arrow was pointing me at somewhere, but I was
You didn't find the missing Tomahawk pilot, Stephen.
Whoops. Jeez.
You left a person behind. This is why we failed.
That's a court-martial.
If you pick up an item in Guardian mode, you can't transform until you've dropped it.
No. Jeez. No, but like that's the thing though, is like if you're a kid and people don't teach you how to do something in those old Nintendo screens, you're not gonna figure it out because I remember in those old Nintendo screens, the way you go up and down to select a file is you press select. And I remember when I was a kid that confused the hell out of me because no, I'm pushing down. I want to go down.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, this is probably about the same time as Galaga. I was like 6, 7. Like really young. So, I mean, this for this reason the Game Sharks were invented.
Damn, man. Like, yeah, no, like I don't have kids, but I'm gonna teach them not to. That's one of the first things I'll teach them is gamer etiquette. You don't delete another person's files.
You're like, just look at your firstborn and be like, before you do anything, this is your father's tutorial to how to do video game things. Have your own tutorial before the game tutorial. This is how you select your game.
Like you have like because you honestly do have to do that like with with older games because in newer games they're just kind of straightforward, but
I challenge anyone to try to set up any child to try to set up a ColecoVision. You're gonna have problems.
I can't, dude. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I can't set up a ColecoVision. The only knowledge I have with the ColecoVision is the angry video game nerd videos.
Oh yeah.
And those piss me the hell off because you need a friggin' separate input to like connect it to your damn screen, and that's just bad design. Why would you do that?
I'm just telling you, after you even get past that and you set it up so it's on your screen, you have to set up the controller to each game. So, like, there are different inserts in the controller for each game.
Right.
Because the
ColecoPad
itself.
Yeah, because like for each game came with its own little
own card thing,
and the control is like numbered. It's like dialed.
So I mean, like, you can take your chances and play this without the card, but you're gonna have no idea what you're doing.
And like each game had a different friggin' method for this character goes down.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, because they left it up to the manufacturers, right? Be like, here's your number pad. You need to decide what all the numbers do. No, we're not making specialized controllers for you. Now you have to figure it out.
Jeez.
And plus, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the controller for if anyone's seen it, it's like this giant remote control with like one joystick and like 9 numbers on it. And the coil is one of those really stiff coils that's only maybe 3 feet long. But because it's so stiff, it feels more like 1.5 feet.
Well, like, friggin', it was attached to the console, wasn't it?
Yeah. But so like the coil itself was, I'm going to say probably about 3 feet if you like spread it out, right? Yeah. But it's always so wound, so tight. So basically the console would have to be within a foot of me. Play it. Now, don't get me wrong. Man. I had great memories playing the ColecoVision, but again, I was also tiny.
You was also a kid who's like, this is like the first thing that you'd ever seen because your dad made sure you grew up like appreciating.
Oh yeah. Well,
The
he's just like, no,
classics.
like, so basically at the time, like, I should have been skipping straight to the N64. Like, this is where I should have skipped up to. He was like, no, 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 no. You got to appreciate how great, like, the Ocarina of Time is, for example. Okay, in comparison to playing, like, Pong on the Atari.
Blip, blip,
or,
blip.
Yep.
Jeez. Like, I get that, but like, there's something about the design of ColecoVision that pisses me the hell off.
I mean, all early consoles definitely.
Oh, damn it again! What?
You-
Like, I was
Steven.
following the damn thing, man.
I feel like this is telling me, Steven, that you have a time limit to saving the pilot.
I think so, but like, there's no indication that there was a time limit.
Can you just save the pilot first? Like, is that an option?
I think I have to, honestly.
Yeah, like, go find the pilot. Where's the pilot?
That's what I was doing, though, man. That's what I was doing. I was trying to look for him. And then when I found like an enemy, I was like, "Oh, okay. I see some shenanigans is going up in here. Now I gotta save the pilot." But then it cut me off. Like, I swear that was like even less time than the last time.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I'm gonna tell you what, the ColecoVision wouldn't have had nonsense like this.
ColecoVision wouldn't have games like this.
Yeah.
Did you save the pilot?
One thing I do appreciate this game is that it lets you skip the cutscenes.
Yes. I didn't actually realize how much I enjoyed that function until later in my gaming life.
Like, you got places to be, we got things to do. Like, I gotta skip these cutscenes.
Well, I mean, like, I enjoy games for their replayability, and I have been known to, when a game interests me, play it literally multiple times in a row.
Yeah.
So, after I've played through it, I need I'm mashing that button now. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's like I said, we're adults now. We got things to do. We have places to be. We only get like a little few, like, couple hours to enjoy a game, and like, as much as I love these characters, I wish y'all would hurry the hell up.
Like the Outer Worlds, when I played it, like, I played it 3 times in a row, and like by the 3rd time, I was just like mashing the button. I just finished playing like Mass Effect for like the 4th time, and I'm just like, mash the button. I don't even care anymore. Like, I know exactly what all the options are going to be. Boom, 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 boom.
It's like, you have it on lockdown. I got this on lockdown.
Well, this is 100% no disrespect to the writers. I get that there's a lot of time that takes to write all the dialogue and everything.
But hurry the hell up. It's like it's like those developers that get like kind of sad every time a speedrunner skips through all their rendered cutscenes, and I'm like, But it's like, same time, like, the voice actor's like, oh, I put all my heart and soul into this scene. Skip. Oh. Oh, man.
I mean, I feel that. I do. But, it's a speed run. It's gonna happen.
Or either that, it's like I appreciate all the work you've done, but dinner's got to get done by 8, so.
I mean, you don't mess around with food, man. Like,
it's like, can you imagine being like an adult and actually having to it's like with kids and other responsibilities, and having to like and trying to be a gamer?
Can you just imagine being an adult?
Oh my god. No, I can't, honestly. Jeez. I got all these responsibilities now. I got people that that depend on things on me. I'm like, but I'm not old enough for this, but I am.
So I had like one of my students, right, just had a moment where they're just like, I want to be an adult now. And I just looked at like the 6-year-old and
Oh,
was
you
like, no, you
sweet summer
don't.
child.
No, you don't. You do not want to be an adult right now. No, I really do. You know what? You really don't.
You do not.
And it was just like a couple of minutes of me just trying not to douse this child's dreams, because yes, you will be an adult, and I don't want to scare them of that fact. But at the same point in time, being like, you're a kid, love your childhood right now, and then get there later.
Like, like how old was this kid? Like 8, 7?
Like 6.
It's like
A
6.
youngin.
You got a good kid. You got a good like 12 or so years. Enjoy them while they last, because it doesn't get better.
It just gets more complicated.
Oh, doesn't it? And it's just then you realize you got mouths to feed and you got bills to pay, and
you can't just eat ice cream for dinner.
Oh, well, you can do that.
Well, you can.
What? Who's stopping? Who the hell is? I'm gonna tell you something. Who the hell is stopping me from eating ice cream for dinner?
Oh no! I mean, like you can, but you're gonna feel like crap after.
Yeah, you know what? Part of being an adult is weighing the risk and consequences of your actions.
Weighing the risk and the consequences. The risk of eating ice cream for dinner. The consequences of feeling like crap. Hey, you saved the pilot.
Yeah, I saved the pilot. Part of being adult is learning
saving the pilot.
Learning where the hell the pilot was in the first place. Reading
and then
directions.
And you, Sir Pilot, deserve ice cream for dinner. You survived.
Yeah, like if you're a pilot stuck out in the desert and someone saves you for that, I deserve some ice cream for dinner. That's part of being an adult.
Is that you have that option.
Hell yeah, I do. That's my right there. It's my right. I'm gonna eat this ice cream, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Better be some fantastic ice cream to justify the consequences later.
Oh, real talk? I don't eat like dairy-based ice cream anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not because I don't like them. It's just just health-wise, you know.
Yeah. It's super strange. I don't, just on a regular, and this is even from like childhood, I never ate a lot of like dairy in general. Not because I couldn't, not lactose intolerant. Literally just didn't.
Just
didn't
wasn't a fan.
Care about it? Yeah. That's all.
You don't even like cheese?
Oh, I like cheese. This is like my one exception to this rule.
Yeah.
Gotta like cheese.
Cheese is bomb, dude.
Cheese has all there's different kinds of cheese. They come from different places. There's different textures.
Real talk? Goat cheese.
But nothing beats a slightly toasted brie with a fresh baguette. I realized I was doing like baguette and cheese wrong for the longest time until I went to France.
Baguette and cheese.
I've been doing it wrong. I was doing it wrong. I tell you, I went to France and I ate more bread and more cheese than I think I've ever eaten in my life. I was convinced I had gained like 20 pounds because of the sheer amount of croissants and baguettes and everything that I ate. And then I came back home and I stepped on the scale and I had lost 10 pounds. How does that make sense?
Jeez.
Apparently carbs are the way to go to lose weight.
Well, like, carbs, depending on the source, are like very like easy to burn. They're like they're made to be burned because they're like made to be your fuel source to get through the day. So I don't know where all this this nonsense. Here's the thing, like people like back in the day in like in the freaking Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, all they had was carbs, and they was like these people were kings and generals and freaking warriors that would just they a lot of them would like before battle as sell swords or other like brigands would just fill up on bread because they needed that stuff to get through the siege.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and they were fit as hell because, well, also because like you also have to manage the balance of your what you're doing in the day versus
Yes.
what you're eating in the day.
Yeah, I figured the reason why afterwards this had occurred is because I was walking everywhere. I did not take like pretty much any vehicles
The metro
at all. Yeah, I was walking everywhere.
Jeez, like, and yeah, that's people underestimate walking, but that's it's a good way to stay healthy, my dudes.
So in other words, walking, baguettes, and cheese.
Oof.
That's it. That's all we need.
And that's the dream. Like, France is the culinary capital of the world, but it's also one of the healthiest.
Mm-hmm. And they're eating cheese.
Yeah, and they're eating cheese. They're all eating all
and
these,
wine, drinking wine.
all this type of meats and freaking.
Charcuterie boards are like my favorite. Mm.
And like they're at the deli, man. They eat good, but it's not processed stuff. It breaks down easily in your body. It's eating good, and honestly, where my family came from, El Salvador, they the places where they're not in poverty, they eat good, man. They eat like fried pork and all that, cheeses, different types of and they love their paneras. They love their like pastries. But their obesity rate not that high.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, have you been to like an authentic Chinese bakery?
Not an authentic one, no.
Okay, so you're surrounded by buns, bread essentially.
Yeah.
Right. But it's all about that like street food, grab and go kind of thing, right? So yes, you can grab a random bun, but what's on the inside of that bun is like ham and egg and chicken. Like it's a meal in a bun, essentially, right?
Like,
and you can just live off these buns.
These are the people that invented steamed buns, right?
Yes, steamed buns are fantastic.
And like I said, like one of the more fittest nations of the world are in like in southern East Asian nations, man. Japan, Korea. They don't have half the health the weight health problems that we have here, and it's for a reason, man. Because you have to. It's part of growing up too is realizing that if you eat a meal at McDonald's for the entire day, that you got to do something to balance out that unhealthy snack because it's gonna do so. It's gonna come back to bite you in the ass.
I think the biggest thing is like people. I just don't think understand how many calories are in what they eat.
Yeah, and
like that's the big thing. Like for example, 400 calories of chicken, volume-wise, is going to be smaller than 400 calories of say like salad.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a lot of salad, right? Like so, like there are some like disparities and whatnot that I don't think a lot of people go through. But, like majority of the time, like a burger is like 800 calories, right? So if you eat that twice a day or whatever,
it's like
that's your daily.
That's your daily.
But that's your daily.
But it's also like I think the best thing to realize is that people just gotta Goku it, man. It's like swimmers, yeah, you gotta go if you're gonna eat.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
I think someone ran down the diet plan between professional athletic swimmers, and they have like a whole like friggin' grocery list for themselves.
Well, and that's the thing though. But you have to think about how much energy they're expelling, right?
Exactly.
So the more energy you're expelling, the more you're going to have to replenish. right?
Exactly.
So obviously, the more you're active, the more you get to eat,
Hmm.
which is
Hmm.
100% my motivation for a lot of the time because I love food. So I will like base my workouts
Yeah, yeah.
on on afterwards going, all right, I've made room for dinner.
It's like I had McDonald's earlier. You bet your ass I'm gonna go outside, do some squats, lift the weight, because I gotta burn that off, man. You gotta burn that off. Ooh,
That's like everything in moderation, right? Know your limits, play within it.
okay. Real talk. One thing I really loved about this game was the scope of it all too,
Mm.
because
Well, you
I
got
am
you got like three
one.
different modes for your character.
Yeah,
It's got a lot of options on how you can approach a mission. And you mentioned earlier the art style.
yeah. I'm
I actually quite enjoy newer games that have a similar, like, not cartoony, but
cell shading
um,
almost.
yeah, casual art style. Like, I quite enjoy those.
It's like it's almost calming in a way, but it's also like it fits the narrative action style.
Hmm. Well, it allows you to also enter into more of an escapist mindset, so you can actually get into the story.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I find sometimes, don't get me wrong, we got some gorgeous games lately that have been coming out, but
Yeah,
depending on what kind of human you are, aka sometimes I question a lot of like whether or not something's possible. It's much easier for me to accept that something was fantastical or privy to this world when the art style isn't as realistic 100% time, like isn't as crisp like watching a movie.
yeah, yeah. I can see that. So, and no diss to like the art direction on some of these games. It's just that sometimes I just want to get lost in something like almost not childish in a way, but like something that's just lets me turn the brain off for a second and get into the drama of the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because like the Robotech series, I've talked about it a lot before, but it's super dramatic. It's probably I 100% believe it's one of the reasons why it was so successful in Latin America was because the entire like arcs of these characters plays out like a friggin' story drama,
Mm-hmm.
and I when I'm playing this, I can honestly feel that in the direction. I
Mm-hmm.
feel I feel a little less of it. The more the drama is between the character and some of the boss characters in this game. But in the show, it was more between like the romance between a pilot and this operator, and then there's this one romance between a Zentradi pilot and an SDF pilot. They have one fight scene together, and then like they fall in love. They have a kid together. I'm like, you guys had like one date, and you tried to kill each other.
Must have been one heck of a date.
Well, like, okay, I guess it makes kind of sense because,
I'm aware of the storyline you're talking about.
well, like, a little backstory is that the Zentradi here, who, for the people that don't know, the Zentradi are like a warrior race, so they respect strength wherever they see it. But a lot of the main drama here in this game is that they're not used to not having to fight. It's like, oh, maybe we don't have to kill things in order to enjoy life. What's a life, basically? And so they're a lot of the Zentradi are like rebelling and kind of doing their own thing, trying to go back to their roots. But it's worth it to note that a lot of others Zentradi are like, I don't like that. I kind of want to just enjoy like the J-pop they got going on back here. Yeah.
Oh, J-pop.
Yeah, no, man. There's a lot of drama in this show, and I was rewatching it again earlier, and it's just like, yeah, that's. I got shades. I got flashbacks of watching, of being a kid, and not having control over the remote and having to watch my parents watch telenovelas in the freaking TV screen. It's like, it's like, Hernando.
Ah, there you are.
Ugh, man. Okay. So, here's the thing. I can't tell. Okay, so I can't honestly tell what's wrong with the camera, but I have to like freaking turn it off and on again, like unplug it and plug it back in again in order for the picture to like automatically start up.
Gotcha.
But also, like, that's also one problem I have with my current setup is that my knee is like right next to the power button.
So you hit your power button?
Yeah,
what happened?
I hit my power button. It kind of sucks. But like this computer is good and all, but why did they have to make the power button like jut out like almost?
Oh, so yours it sticks out. It's not a sunk in button.
No, it sticks
Oh,
out.
geez. That's an interesting design choice.
Yeah, isn't it? It's not cool, man. Not cool.